What's going on, y'all? This Project X here. Some of y'all know me for working with Future, Annalise Chopper, Wiz Khalifa, ESTG, Babyface Ray, Uno the Activist, Made in Tokyo, Lay Banks, BC the Don. I could just keep on going, but listen, we're just gonna get straight into it. So Wiz Khalifa just dropped an album named Chaotic, and fortunately we was able to get one on there. So I'm gonna give a little quick breakdown of what I was able to co-produce on there. I did the loop for "With My Twin" featuring Two Chainz. That beat was produced by me, CSD Sid, and TM88. Shout out to them boys for the alley oop. Very grateful for the record. It's a dope record. If y'all haven't tapped into the album yet, make sure y'all do. I'm gonna just give a brief breakdown of how I made the loop and shit. It wasn't nothing too crazy. Let's get straight into it. I got the project loaded up right here. So unfortunately, I did this project on my PC, right? Which has all different plugins, whole different setup. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to consolidate all the sounds before I made this breakdown, right? So I won't be able, I could show y'all the MIDI and stuff, but the music's not actually gonna come from the MIDI. It's gonna come from the consolidated tracks. So let's get into it. This is what the loop sounded like, okay? So yeah, actually it was dope. Of course I only use Expand, as y'all could see in this project. I only use Expand. When I make loops, I tend to just stick to with one plugin that I rock with, just cause I be having all my go-to sounds and stuff like that. But y'all could also hear my voice in the background. I like to use a lot of my own vocals to you know what I'm saying, just enhance the loop, put a little vocal sample in the background. So let's get straight into it. This first sound, I believe, unfortunately, I can't play this. I don't have Expand on my laptop, but I still have the MIDI and the I got the consolidated version too. So this is what it sounds like, okay? This is the first sound that I started with. Very simple chords. I damn near probably did this like on my laptop keyboard. So little triad, you know what I'm saying? Like, can't go wrong with a very simple, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't gotta learn all the chords in the world to make a dope sample. Sometimes you just want to just hit notes, see what hits. You can even replicate one chord the whole loop and just like, shout out Amon for the follow. Shout out Amon for the follow. What's going on? I'm not doing no beat music critiques right now. I'm just doing a little breakdown for the song I did for Wiz Khalifa. Yeah, so sometimes you could just go with an old original, you know, chord, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, like just go with a chord, replicate it, duplicate it, whatever, pick a nice dope sound for it. So usually the way I make loops, I go with like some chords, right? I find a cool pad, keys, whatever it is, to find a cool chord with it, and then go from there, and then immediately right after, go straight into a bass. I need a bass, right? Cause the way to like keep a loop full, like you don't need much to make a loop for it to be placeable. But I would suggest following the route that I take. So I'll do find some dope chords, find a dope sound, EQ that so it's like not too much low end, and then I'll find a bass off the rip. So I think the bass was about over here, right? This is the bass right here. So let me actually play these two sounds together, right? Guys, you see how simple that actually is. Like, let's be real. Like, I'm not the kind of person to brag or boast about how fire of a producer I am, this and that, whoopty whoop. Like, I'm very, you know, like, I try to keep things very simple. I try to follow a certain routine. I try to follow a very simple routine. And so I usually start with a main melody, and then I'll go straight into a bass, find the right bass notes and stuff like that, and then I'll add everything on top. So what we did next, I believe, was just like a flute or something like that. So let's hear the flute. Mind you, I got all these songs off Expand. I mean, all these sounds off Expand. Unfortunately, I did this loop off my PC. I don't have Expand on my MacBook right now, but I was able to consolidate all the tracks that I did for you guys to be able to hear it, so I could do this breakdown. So let's hear the flute that I just did on this. So yeah, very simple. It's two fucking notes, but I did add a little bit of Portal. I added a little bit of Portal on it to give it that glitchy effect, that delay glitchy type of side chain effect on it, which is really dope. I thought it was clean. I'm like, you know what, let's throw it in there. Sometimes when you make simple loops, just do what you can as far as like processing and editing them and like throwing like plugins on them and see what you could come up with, because you can turn a simple loop into something really like really dope. You know what I'm saying? So what did we add after that? I think we added these other set of chords right here. We'll listen to them right now. Very simple. Everything was really simple on this song. Like, it's crazy because most of the beats I get placed, or most of the songs that I get on albums, they come from loops or beats that like I would have never expected to get placed. They come from stuff that I feel like are very simple and I would have never expected. That's why when you send stuff out, make sure you just throw like extra stuff on there that you feel like would never get placed, or you feel like you don't really like too much, because most of the time those are the ones that get placed, right? So we did add this like little simple melody, 2 chords. It's the same chords as the first key. It's just a different sound. So let's listen to it. Very simple, bro. Very simple, bro. So it's the same chords that I did on the first melody, right? But all I literally did was pitch up this bottom note. I pitched it up an octave, and just to give it a little bit of a different way about going it. You know what I'm saying? So far right now we got main melody, the main chords, the flute, the second chords that came in, which are damn near the same chords, just with that bottom note at the second part turned up an octave. We got the flute, we got the bass, and last but not least, I did add in some of my own vocals and stuff. So I use like usually when you record vocals, you want to use a dynamic mic, no, a condenser mic, I believe. And then for live performances, you use a condenser mic. So I use whatever mic is good for live performances, because I like to have my music playing while I'm like singing into the mic. So I'll sing, hum, I'll do whatever, and then just cut and chop up the ones that I like the most, and put a little bit of auto tune and put some reverb, and maybe even put a chorus or whatever it is, just to make it sound right. Pitch it up and down. So this is what I did for the vocals right here, right? So bro, that's literally all I did. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I did on the mic. So when you put all those together, right, it's gonna sound like this. So usually when I get everything that I like to consolidate everything, right? I like to consolidate everything into one, because usually when I make loops, they're really quiet. So you want to make sure that you normalize all your loops. So the best way to do that, you consolidate by, I'm on a Mac, so I do Command Option C, and then it'll literally consolidate everything into one, something like this. And then I believe I pitched this up a little bit. That's why it sounds like this. You feel me? So, and then, you know, you normalize the loop and stuff so it's loud enough. You know, some of y'all be making loops and it's real quiet. But when y'all make loops, don't overthink it. Just do shit. You know what I'm saying? Find some cool chords. Make sure everything's in key. Make sure you know how to level things the right way. Add some reverbs. You know what I'm saying? It don't got to be much, right? This loop was real. I feel like I didn't put too much into it, but it turned out, you got to keep in mind, a beat is only 50% of what a song actually is supposed to be, right? So the artist, most of the time when y'all make a beat and y'all feel like, oh, like it's missing something, it's just the artist, you know what I'm saying? It's just the vocals. So a loop, you got to keep in mind, that's like 25%. It just needs drums. After that, it just needs vocals, you know what I'm saying? It's a hit. So let's actually, I want to go back in and listen to this song real quick if y'all don't mind. Boom, let's listen to the song real quick, how it actually sounds, right? So.
What? I gotta keep me a J rolled up, Old Faithful. Plus keep one in the cut, don't say nothing. No favors, chrome heart, different color like painters. They was friends with me when we first started. Now they starting to look like haters. Put the start in a whip, Darth Vader. Old school car, old school flavors. Got me a rush and I don't do discussion. Work every day cause I came up from nothing. Now
yeah, that shit sound really dope. I'm really like proud of that song. Shit was real dope, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, when it comes to the loops, you know, pick the right sounds. It don't got to be too complex or nothing. Honestly, some of the best loops are like simple loops. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Keep sending, because people aren't always going to respond when they use your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can watch my recent upload that I just posted on YouTube, how to actually get a placement as a producer. Mecha Dope, what's going on? Thank you for the follow, man. Yeah, bro, simple shit. I just had to do a quick little breakdown, you know what I'm saying? So thank you for watching. Join the Discord. Stay tuned on my Twitch streams, all types of stuff. That acid reflex is fucking me up right now, guys. Thank you, guys.